All right, good morning, everybody. This is the Fantasy Sports Boss with a Thursday night wrap-up between the Buffalo Bills and the Los Angeles Rams. I already did crisis point videos on Cam Akers and Allen Robinson, so make sure you check that out. Boy, that was ugly for both of them. Put a major hurting on a lot of people right off the bat. Maybe even lost a week for a lot of people right off the bat. Make sure you hit that subscribe and notification button. Got a whole crap load of new subscribers last night as the Allen Robinson video went over 1,000 views quickly. And really generated a lot of heat, a lot of debate, because people were just pissed off about it, myself included. I started him in both leagues. Not going to waste much time on that because you can go check out those videos. Wanted to get to some of the other stuff that happened. Josh Allen, absolute fantasy cheat code, 26 of 31 passing, 297 yards, 3 touchdowns. He did throw 2 picks, but that's the nature of the beast with the aggressive Allen. And then ran for 56 yards and a 4th touchdown on the ground. I always have been of the mind where you don't reach for a quarterback in drafts because in single quarterback leagues because of the depth. But Allen is the one exception you make because he's just so head and shoulders above everybody else. Like I said, he's a cheat code because of what he does on the ground running. And I think this is going to be the 3rd year in a row he leads the position in points for sure. Just unbelievable. His counterpart, Matthew Stafford, not so good. 29 of 41. 240 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. He was a sitting duck behind a very ferocious Buffalo pass rush. The Rams' offensive line is scaring me a little bit. It didn't allow Stafford time to even look down the field for Allen Robinson, which was part of the problem, and allowed him and forced him to really just focus in on Cooper Kupp. Speaking of as far as Stafford, by the way, I wanted to mention he looked good with the elbow. The ball was coming out crisp and quickly and with good velocity. But the thing with Stafford, unlike Allen, is that he is very touchdown and yards dependent, like a Tom Brady as well. And even like an Aaron Rodgers now. If this offensive line is going to be a problem, I'm a little concerned about Matthew Stafford. Overall, though, I think he's going to be fine. So let's not overblow it with him here on this one. Unlike Cam Akers, again, check out that video. I just posted it about an hour ago. Darrell Henderson, 13 for 47 rushing, not great, but he did catch 5 passes for 26 yards. He's a much better receiver than Cam Akers. Congratulations to those who used a late-round pick on Henderson. I think he's definitely going to at least be a 50-50 share guy with Akers. The thing with Henderson, though, is he wears down. He was performing great. He was a top 10 fantasy back last September before the bumps and bruises started to pile up, and then he fell off the rails health-wise. That is an issue for him. He needs to be on a snap count because of his smallish frame, but you have something here now, it looks like, if in terms of Henderson being a late-round draft pick. The Bills, what surprised me was that Zach Moss was much more involved than I anticipated. Devin Singletary, 8 for 48, averaging 6 a carry. He played pretty well, but he was only targeted twice, caught 2 passes for 14 yards. Zach Moss, meanwhile, 6 catches for 21 yards, ran it 6 times for 15 yards, lost a fumble. And James Cook, 1 carry for 2 yards. He also lost a fumble. It looks like we're going to have Moss in at least taking 40% of the carries from Devin Singletary. And with James Cook likely getting more work as the season goes along, I was hoping to have some optimism with Singletary being the guy after how well he played down the stretch last season, but this looks to be a frustrating committee, another one that you might want to avoid. I think all these guys are running back 3-4 options that you only use when buys and injuries hit, and that's a shame for Singletary, who really deserves better because he played well down the stretch last season. All right, Stephon Diggs, holy crap. 8 for 122 and a touchdown, a 53-yard bomb late in the game. He could have had a second score. Diggs is doing Diggs' thing. He's going to have 160 targets again. He's going to be a PPR gold mine, catch over 100 passes. Crazy stuff. And his counterpart, Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis' hype train is rolling along. 4 catches for 88 yards and a score. A 47-yard bomb. He was part of the deal here. And, I pointed out on Twitter that I think Diggs and Davis are going to be like Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen in Minnesota. Diggs is going to be Jefferson with all the yardage and the receptions. Davis is going to be like Thielen, piling up the touchdowns and the red zone targets. But either way, those who really were aggressive on Gabe Davis, and I was a little bit nervous with his ADP, although I understood it and I was fine with it. So far, so good. He's picking up where he left off. And it was a very narrow target tree as well, with Isaiah McKenzie catching 2 passes for 19 yards. Jamison Crowder, 3 for 28. On the other side, Cooper Kupp. I went against Cooper Kupp in one of my leagues. while starting Allen Robinson. So it was a real shitstorm for me last night in my leagues. It was just a god-awful night for me entirely, because I started Robinson in both leagues, and I went against Cup in one of them. I have like a 30-something% chance of winning that particular game now, which sucks. But Cup was amazing. 13 catches for 128 yards and a touchdown. You just can't stop the guy. I mean, it's amazing to me. But, you know, with Stafford under siege, he's going to be looking to Cup a lot, and that's what he did last night. Tyler Higbee, 5 catches for 39 yards, had a couple of drops. But the fact that he was the second target and not Allen Robinson, obviously very disappointing. Even Ben Skowronek, 4 for 25. It was a complete, you know, just abomination for Allen Robinson. And again, check out that video. So that's my take from last night. Make sure you hit that subscribe and notification button. I'm getting a ton of new subscriptions based on the videos last night that quickly picked up steam. Live stream today at around 6 o'clock, so make sure you tune in for that. Get your questions ready. I'll answer them from the chat during the show. So more videos to come. We will chat later. Everybody take care.